Metal Up World, this is CJ with MetalMotivation.com. This is the first of a 5-message series on how to break the power that others hold over you. Try to imagine what your life would be like without any negative influence from anybody else, from parents, from siblings, from teachers, from spouses. Imagine if every influence in your life was a positive one. Imagine if you were always built up and never torn down. Imagine if you were always promoted and never manipulated, never intimidated. Imagine that people never sought to control you, sought to spoil your energy, poison your dream, or release their own venom of criticism inside your heart and mind. What if your dreams remained untouched and untainted by the influence of others? What would your life be like right now? Half the bullshit that we deal with has to do with the influence of others. And how much are we shaped then by these things? And how much then do these things have a power over our understanding of what happens to us in the future? Are you interpreting everything that happens in your life based upon what happened to you in the past? Are there still those who exercise control over you, even though they're dead and gone, even though they're not a part of your life anymore? Does the past still haunt you? Do the old recordings of what was said to you still haunt you to this day? Is it like a broken record that keeps repeating the same things again and again? Well, there's a reason why these things remain, and there's a reason why even present day criticism and hate and maligning and the opinions of others continue to poison us. There's a reason why we allow the influence of others to continue to manipulate us. And the purpose of this series is to help you start to break the power these things hold over you. Do they hold actual power over you? Well, think about it. You're influenced by them, are you not? Even though events of the past are in the past, they still influence you. Even though there are people who are not present with you today, maybe somebody in the workplace, right? Maybe, somebody that you know that doesn't live with you. They influence you. They manipulate you still, even though they're not with you. Their influence is there. All of these things are what go to make up our life. And we can control, we can break the power of that. Do these people exercise power? Well, if you're being influenced, if your thoughts are being guided, if you're spending time thinking about someone or what they said or what they did to you, and they're not even there anymore, then yes, they are exercising power over you. How in the hell did they get this power? Where did their power come from? Where did their ability to manipulate you come from? Well, that's the purpose of this series, because this is one of the most important battles you're ever going to have to win. The battle over your mind, the battle over your emotions. And these things are shaped over what people have done to you. They have been determined by what people have said to you. The manipulation, the intimidation. It all comes from the power others have exercised over you. But you don't have power unless you have authority. When there's authority, then you can exercise power. And so somehow, some way, these people obtained an authority over you. Most people allow the words of others to pound away at the foundation of their emotions and self-image. They give the opinions of others a godlike authority as if they were infallible. That whatever anyone says about you must be true, but whatever you say about yourself is false. Let's face it, the old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Well, that's not true. At least it's not true for most of us, because words have done a hell of a lot of damage and they continue to do so. So initially, I want to talk about that words, the words that have been spoken. There are two sources, right, of information in your life. Two primary sources of information that shape you when it comes to words. The words of another that they speak to you, or the words that you speak to yourself. And when it really becomes damaging is when the words you speak to yourself are shaped or determined by the words of others. And that's the point of this whole series, is that what has been done to you, what has been said to you, right, with the power others have exercised over you, has determined now what you say to yourself. The question is now, which source has more authority, right? Is there more authority in what others say to you, or do you grant more authority to the words you say to yourself? Or is it a little bit of the same? Again, if what someone else says to you shapes the way you speak to yourself, that's the worst kind of damage. Because now you have both sources saying the same thing, and both sources therefore have equal authority. But that's where power lies. Power lies in authority. And which voice are you giving authority to? Who speaks most into our lives, right? Parents, siblings, coaches, teachers, spouses, friends, associates, employers, these kind of things. But think about it. You can take some of the worst things that have ever been said to you. Think back into a time in your life. Maybe it was your father, maybe it was your mother, maybe it was a spouse or a friend. Think of a few of those moments in time when someone said the most harshest criticism to you, the most harshest painful words to you. Remember what it did to you. Remember the damage that it caused. Now think about this. What if those same words were spoken to you by a complete stranger? What if those exact same painful words that did so much damage coming out of the mouth of your mother, or the mouth of a friend, or a mouth of a husband or wife, what if those very same words came out of the mouth of a stranger, someone you've never met and someone who'd never met you? Would they have the same kind of power over you? I would think not. Yet they both are the same words. They are the exact same words. So why does the words of one from someone we know have more power over us than someone we don't know? Now, maybe we might say, well, the person we know knows us, therefore it's true. Not necessarily. The power that's granted is power granted by us. Words only have as much power over you as you grant them power. People only have as much authority over you as you grant them authority. So when someone you know speaks to you, you grant those words more authority, more authenticity, more veracity or truth than if they came out of the mouth of a stranger. Therefore, the power really lies within you. The power really lies in your own mind, in your own belief about what is true and what is not true. That's why someone else can say things about you and mess you up and get you thinking negative and make you depressed or sad or insecure or not having any sort of self-confidence, just debilitated in your soul. They can say that to you, but then you try to circumvent that. You try to overcome that with positive thinking, and it doesn't work. Why? Because you don't grant authority to the new words you're speaking to yourself. But here's the first step. The first step is understanding that you have the authority. You have the authority over what gets done to you, what gets embraced by you, what you allow into your life. So with this series, that's what I want to do. Start to take away the authority that others have over you and empower your own authority. Let's toughen you up. Let's get you to the place where you start to be unmoved by what others say and do. Let's begin to understand how manipulation works and how people try to undermine your life, undermine your dreams, stop you so that they can elevate themselves. Let's understand the way these things work so that we can protect you and create a stronger you and get you to believe your own testimony about yourself. Can you dig that? I hope you can. This is CJ, the Metal Motivator. If you'd like to get the rest of these videos as well as tons of other video series I'm doing, I would like to invite you to join my online life domination coaching program. It's cheap. It's awesome. A lot of people in there that are just as committed as you are. What we do is each week we cover one subject, like I'm covering this week, over 5 videos. It's all shown in a private Facebook group. I'm the administrator of the group, so that gives you and I and others a chance to interact outside of the view of the rest of the world. So it's a private setting, video-based, great interaction, empowerment, and encouragement, and it's less than 70 cents a day. Just visit the link below. Check it out. I'd love to have you there. This is CJ, the Metal Motivator. And remember, in whatever you do, Don't suck. Metal up.